All right, people, we are going to be tracking bats tonight at Hopwood Hall, and I don't want them getting into my hair. But before we do that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to be alerted about our latest content. The bat expert came last week and they did a survey up and down of the Hopwood Hall, and they found an insect's wing. Therefore, it's thought that maybe a bat must have been in there that ate that insect, because it's one of the insects that they do feed upon. We love bats, well, sort of, but we're supportive of bats. But here they're endangered in England, so we have to treat them well. So if we find bats here, it's going to be a real issue. It may delay or even halt our renovations. It may cost a lot more money and just take a whole lot longer. So we're really hoping, as much as we love bats, that they are not here at Hopwood Hall. What is all the equipment that you have?
Okay, so we've got bat detectors. The bat detectors that we're using is an anabat, and this detects the echolocations of the bats that we've got. All the bats make different sounds, and we look at those on the computer and look at the different sonograms, which tells us what bat species that we've got. So when the bats are calling, it's very difficult to hear with your ears, so the bat detectors help us to pick up the call so we can identify and have an early warning sign when they're coming, and obviously identify what species as well.
Have you ever had a bat get in your hair?
No, it's a myth.
It is?
Yeah, it's a myth. They're too good. Their echolocation's too good. So they know when we're there, so they're going to avoid us, not get stuck in our hair. They don't bite our necks, and they're not bothered for garlic.
Okay, it's starting to get dark and we are going into the hall to look for the bats. This is really sketchy being in the hall at night. It's dark, there's obviously no electricity in here, but we have to be in here at night to find the bats.
Fresh wings though. So this is off a moth, a yellow underwing moth, and this is like a main food source of a brown long-eared bat. So what they'll tend to do, they'll hang up and perch on a beam, they'll eat the moth of the body and then just drop the wings on the floor. So you know that they've been in here feeding, and there's a couple of droppings as well, so we're just looking for those field signs. And then seeing if we can actually see any bats at all hanging up on any of the timbers.
We're gonna go do a little fact-finding mission, see what people are finding, see if there's any bat life that's been spotted yet. There's people stationed here, there's people there. So they cover the perimeter of the entire building. They've got walkie-talkies, there's people on the roof. They fan out and they look for the bats from every different angle. They have to make sure that they can all see from various viewpoints. Can you tell us what you're looking at?
So I'm looking at all of this aspect here.
Right.
I'm watching the roof so I can let the team member on the roof know if anything comes off, so she knows where to kind of look her side.
And how's your eyesight? Is it 20/20?
I wear contact lenses, so it's not. But you pick it up on, you pick the bats up on the detector, so you kind of know when to start looking.
So what's this? Is this different than the other equipment?
So we all tend to have kind of a slightly different detector.
Currently I'm listening with this device, which is a bat detector. And you can see it's got set to a frequency of 48.
Yeah.
Now bats echolocate at a frequency we can't hear. So what this is doing is it's translating the bat sound down to a lower frequency that we can actually hear. And you can tell the different bat species by what frequency they're echolocating at. So the most common bat we'll find is called a common pipistrelle, and it echolocates at a frequency between about 45, probably about 43 to 48. Most commonly it's at about 45, so we call it a 45 pip. And when we hear one coming across, it will be making a sort of sound like this on the detector, so we'll know where to look for it.
Oh wow. If you hear that, does it necessarily mean it's in Hopwood Hall, or does it just mean it's in the area?
It could be flying around, and that's why it's important for me to look at the building. So if I hear a bat, I'll be looking at the building to make sure it hasn't come out of anywhere. If I can hear it but not see it, I know it's not been in the hall, but it might be feeding in the trees around behind me.
So it's not bad if we hear one, or see one even.
Well,
it's just if we see it fly in a window or something.
Well, yeah, but it's good if it's in the building anyway, because you know, we can make sure that we can keep it safe while you're restoring the place, and make sure there's a space for it.
So it's not bad. It's not end of the world if we find them.
Oh no.
I thought it was really bad if we found them.
No.
Oh.
No. There's ways to be able to keep them in the building, and also do the restoration works that are necessary.
It is now night. It's dark, and it's getting very late. And unfortunately, I just heard a rumor. We just got a text that it sounds like bats may have been spotted coming out of the roof of the morning room. So this is not good, I don't think, but my fears have been calmed a bit by the bat wrangler that we're speaking with earlier. So I don't know how bad that is, but before I was thinking that was really bad. What?
Yeah, it's not been too bad.
You've seen some?
Yeah.
But are they going in?
Coming out.
Oh no, is that good or bad? The place is infested with bats?
I wouldn't say infested, but yeah, he's had quite a lot of activity.
Okay, alright, so you just heard it. It is after 10 p.m. and bats have been spotted. So I'm not sure what this means for our construction, for our project as we move forward. I'm really hoping that it's something we can manage and deal with, and it's not going to shut us down. First it was bees, and now it's bats. But with a historic house restoration, this is par for the course. It turns out we're now going to need 2 more bat surveys, which entails the entire bat team coming out before dawn and after dusk for each survey. That's 6 people times 4 visits spread out over at least 2 weeks apart at only a time when there's a minimum temperature of at least 7 degrees Celsius or 44.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which translates to more money, more delays, and more unknowns. But the good news is, our dear bats will be safe. Where are we with the bats? What do you think we need to do after last night's survey?
Well, we've got clearance to do the west wing, so we can actually start getting on with some of the works, but we've still got 2 more surveys to do.
And what did you think when you heard there were bats here at Hopwood Hall?
Just so much frustration. Just been trying to get this job done, and it's just one thing after the other getting in the way. Yeah, it's got to be done. We've got to protect wildlife. That comes first. Hopefully we'll start making some progress now.
We've just finished the meeting and the bat saga continues. We will keep you posted. It looks like we can continue our works, but we're going to have to take special precautions to make sure they're safe and unharmed and undisoriented from the works that are happening here. We will let you know how it goes. Hopefully no bats end up in my hair or anything else like that. And if you like these videos, please like, share, subscribe, click the bell to be alerted about our latest content. And if you can join us on Patreon, please do, because we offer exclusive videos there every week. Thanks.